Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forged Gatsby 4-light semi-flush / pendant. This is the 131061. This can be as short as 10.5 inches, which makes it a semi-flush, but if you want it longer, to go over a dining room table, it can go all the way to 37.5. That's called the overall height. And how they're going to be doing that I'll get into in just a second. But let's get into the size of the fixture body itself, and that's going to be 6.3 inches high, and that's going to be the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the top of your glass right here, and then it's 11.6 inches in diameter. Let's circle back and talk about how they get you that adjustable range. Hubbardton Forge is using a system of interconnecting pipes, and how they do this is they have these pipes that have threading on both ends, and then you have these little connector pieces in the middle that have threading as well. So you're going to be able to use a variety of these and get them to whatever you want as far as the overall height goes. So you're going to be getting, to begin with, 2 pieces of the 12-inch, which is this one. You're going to get 1 piece of the 6 and 1 piece of the 3. If you need this to be longer than the long, so let's say you need it to be longer than 37.9, drop me a quick email. Say you're looking at the 131061 and tell me how long you need it to be from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture. I'm going to take your email, I'm going to send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department. It's going to come back with an answer. It'll add a little time and money, but we do customs all the time. It's not a big deal, and it's free to ask. So let's kind of moving on from here. It's going to be using a 5.5-inch round canopy, and that canopy is going to be going over your 4-inch junction box. And how I can show you more information about this is to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on the side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations, instructions, and PDF. Open that up for me. It is going to show you a lot of good information. So it's going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you how it all goes together, which is super easy. It's coming in at 16 pounds, so it's not heavy. It's slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees. There's a knuckle built at the top of one of these stems where it meets the canopy, and it allows it to bend just like that, so you guys are all set there. It's going to show you lots of great info. Take advantage of it on all of the pages on our site. There's usually install instructions there for you. Let's touch base on glass really quick. I love this piece of glass. This is incredibly thick. I'm going to get this kind of close to you and see how thick this is. All hand-cut faceted glass. Hubbardton Forge goes way out of their way to source the best materials they can get, and this is one piece of glass that you're probably going to want to put this on your on your coffee table for a while and just kind of look at it because it's so beautiful. Great piece and very heavy. You can hear that. Okay. Now I want to talk about something else. So I want to talk about what's inside of this and the kind of light bulbs you can use, because that's going to be super important to a lot of you guys. It's going to be using what's called a G9 socket. They used to be called G9 halogens back in the day, and a G9 halogen accepts a G9 halogen or G9 socket accepts the halogen bulb, but has a little, these are little wires on the bottom, wire loops, and they just push right in like that. Super easy. But it also takes LEDs, so we can use those too. And on this specific fixture, you know, I might opt to stay with halogens, and I'll tell you why. So you can go up to a 60-watt halogen in each of these. Halogens dim beautifully. You can get them in frosted, and you can get them in clear. Super easy to get. I get mine on Amazon. I don't even bother going to Home Depot, because on Amazon is really great for light bulbs, and you would just go into that heading at the top, or that search bar, and put in G9 halogen or G9 LED, and up will pop a big page, and it'll just give you a really good range to look through. We'll talk about LEDs in a sec, but let's keep talking about halogens. So why I would probably stick with a halogen to begin with and just kind of see what it's like is because this glass is incredibly beautiful, and I think I would want a really warm, crisp light coming through it that I can dim down and make it look like a candle. So you might want to think about staying with these guys for just a little while. You can experiment with LEDs, and when you do, there's all kinds of things you can do. So how LEDs are working in that same Amazon search thing, you put in G9 LED, and up are going to pop all these different kinds. The ones that have the yellow running through them are phosphorus ones. The ones that look like corn cobs are called cob LEDs. And this longer one is a 75-watt equivalent. This guy right here, which is a little more squat and short, and that one has a frosted cover on it. And that one's probably either a 40-watt equivalent or a 60-watt equivalent. I can't really tell. But these are all dimmable. I got these on Amazon, and we use these all over our showroom. again, if I'm going to use these, I might experiment a little bit. So a couple things you could do. You might opt for these because they look a little bit more like halogens. And if you're going to see a little bit of this popping out of this, which is the retaining cup, I might opt to see something kind of pretty versus this, which I don't think is all that pretty. So going back to this guy. So phosphorus LED, I would probably look for it in a 40 watt equivalent or a 60 watt equivalent. And then the color of the light on these things is going to be super important because I still want this to look kind of like candlelight when I dim it down, and make sure you get a dimmable one if you're going to do that. So 2700 Kelvin on the color of light Kelvin scale is going to be that warm dim down halogen look. Okay, so that's going to be that. Way on the other side of this, you're going to see they're going to be offering these things in 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin. That is called daylight, and that is a blue light, and I don't think you want that coming out of here. That's like a cold hospital waiting room light. So that's that 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin. I would kind of nix that side. In the middle of all that is called warm white, and warm white is this light coming down on my hands right now, and this is really pretty too. So you might want to go in this direction just as well. This is 3,000 Kelvin. So you get to play around on quite a few things on this. You might want to opt to grab some of these 2700 Kelvin LED bulbs and see what they're like. You might venture into the 3000 Kelvin. That's fine too. You might want to stay with the halogens, which I think it's not a bad idea. So could be good. Anyway, okay, so that's that. And then the one final thing we need to kind of check on is this is a retaining cup. It's actually beautifully done. It's milled, aircraft quality milled aluminum, and it's going to go over your socket. So you'll notice when you get this that in the box is going to be this thing, and this is a retaining ring tool. You can't get your hands into this. I doubt any of you have hands small enough to get your hands into this to put on this and retain that onto your fixture. So that tool is going to take the place of that. So what you're basically going to do is put your glass on, you're going to take the tool, you're going to put it into the bottom of this thing. It has little ridges on it, so it all kind of fits together nicely, just like that. See how flush that is? You're going to put this inside of your glass like that, and you're going to go righty-tighty. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and then when you take it out, the retaining ring will be gone. It'll be on that fixture. You're going to take this and you're going to put it into some junk drawer in your kitchen and forget about it for a long time until you need it again. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.